Good evening, Monrovia Unified School District community. My name is Ryan Smith, and I am the proud superintendent of the Monrovia Unified School District. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 2022-23 State of the Schools Address, and I thank you all for taking the time to be here with us this evening. For those who joined us for the reception earlier this evening, can we please give a warm round of applause to the MHS Marching Band under the direction of teacher Daniel Magianis. Please also give a warm round of applause to our food services team for providing all of the tasty treats. Tremendous work. And also, let's please give our students who helped welcome our guests this evening a big round of applause for helping us. I'd now like to welcome Sierra Zemer from Monrovia High School to please join me on the stage to sing the national anthem. Sierra?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, tough act to follow. Can we give Sierra another big round of applause? I have a feeling we may see Sierra perform at a Rams game or something like that. She's that good. We are delighted that all of you could join us for tonight's State of the Schools Address here in the beautiful Louise K. Taylor Performing Arts Center. This has become a wonderful tradition that began a few years ago with board member Travanti's vision for showcasing our district's incredible work on behalf of students. Monrovia Unified has a lot to be proud of. Tonight, we'll celebrate our student successes and give you more information about where the district is headed in the future. Joining us this evening is our entire Monrovia Unified School District Board of Education. President Celine Lockerbie, Vice President Tracy Golar, Board Clerk Jennifer Anderson, Board Member Rob Hammond, and Board Member Maritza Travanti. I'd also like to take a moment to introduce my executive cabinet, Dr. Greg Francois, Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Greg Puccia, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, and Dana Smith, Assistant Superintendent, Business Services. Monrovia Unified has had a long history of having three fantastic executive cabinet members, and I'm proud to say that that tradition continues with this team, 3 strong leaders. We also have several of our district and school leaders with us this evening. Can all of our principals and directors and assistant principals please stand to be acknowledged? Don't be shy. Thank you. A tremendous team. Tonight, each board member will discuss what makes Monrovia Unified an excellent choice for your child's education, highlighting our mission and vision to prepare our students for college, career, and life. You will also hear from Monrovia Unified School District's Teacher of the Year, Maria Lomelin, as well as both of our fantastic student board representatives, Emma Nahapetian and Sarah Tripp. We will also enjoy a couple of student performances later in the program. I would also like to extend my thanks to some key people for working tirelessly behind the scenes to prepare for this event. First, our Public Information Officer, Gustavo Oguin. Gustavo, somewhere here. There he is. Patrick Garcia, our Director of Performing Arts. Matthew Roberts, our Purchasing Assistant. Anthony Parada, our Director of MOT, as well as his entire team. MHS Principal Adrian Ayala, as well as his custodial team and staff. It's not easy being the host school for an event like this, and they make it look easy. I'd also like to thank Andrea Garcia and Karen McMillan from our partners at VMA, who provide tremendous support to pull this event off. Our Director of IT, Aaron Golstani, for all the behind-the-scenes work, as well as my wonderful assistants, Liana Becerra and Joy Alberto. Finally, I would like to share how blessed I feel to be your superintendent. It's been an incredibly fast 15 months since I joined the family, and I cannot tell you how thankful I am to serve a community that is so incredibly supportive of its schools. I especially felt this way last week as we navigated a pretty challenging situation at our high school caused by a false report of an active shooter, something that I know President Lockerbie will be speaking about in a little bit. As I reflected on last Thursday's events and its aftermath, I felt many emotions, like I know so many of you did. Tonight, though, I'm feeling grateful. I'm grateful to our teachers, staff, and administrators for always putting students first. I'm grateful to serve a community where collaboration with the city and its police force is seamless and a normal part of the culture. I'm also grateful to our parents, families, and community members for always being there when we need you. It's incredible. Now please welcome Board President Celine Lockerbie to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Before we get started, I did want to address the heinous prank that happened last Thursday. At about 11:46 a.m. on Thursday, 911 received a call of an active shooter at MHS. I think it's essential that the community understand how quickly MPD and our schools responded to this issue. Within 2 minutes, MPD was on scene. And MPD instructed our school to enact its lockdown procedure, which they did immediately. I want to take this moment to thank Chief San Victoris and all of the women and men of the Monrovia Police Department. Chief, where are you? Would you please stand if you're here? You're here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your service and for your response. As MPD responded, they simultaneously contacted the district office. Our superintendent, Dr. Ryan Smith, immediately communicated with parents via Parent Square and continued to communicate with our parents and with our families throughout the day with the information that he had on hand. Dr. Smith, thank you so much for your communication, keeping the lines of communication open. That's so important for all of us. Every district employee sprang into action. Teachers and staff at MHS, with calm reassurance, followed protocol and got students into classrooms and into safe places. District employees were immediately on site. I want to recognize Greg Puccia, Kim Cabrera. Dr. Cabrera, where are you? And Paula Hart-Rodas for being front and center and helping out with communication as best as they could, and for being there for the public to see and being strong and reassuring. Thank you so much. Flint Fertig and Tadise Ross came from Canyon Oaks Mountain Park and were there to help. Christy Lopez, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us this evening, but Christy Lopez from the Senator Portantino's office called and offered the full support of the senator's office. Our city manager, Dylan Feek. Dylan, where are you? Thank you, Dylan. Dylan was on social media trying to mitigate the misinformation that was going out on social media while also sending out his own city updates so the entire community was updated and knew what was going on. All hands were on deck. There was a moment after we knew that our children were safe that they weren't yet being released to their families, and that's because the police were securing the campus. They were doing their job. But when police did give the all clear, Principal Ayala, thank you, Principal Ayala, Vice Principal Amber Green, our office staff, teachers, and counselors all worked swiftly to get an attendance check on all of our students and get them released to their families. The safety of our students and our staff are our utmost priority. And we want to let you all know that we take these seriously, that we are debriefing with MPD and will continue to, so that we can continue to improve upon our policies and procedures for events just such as this. The greatest takeaway from the event on last Thursday is that all of our kids, all of our staff, and all of our community are safe. And that's what's important and makes me proud to be a part of this district and a part of this community. And now I'd like to welcome you all to State of the Schools Address for our 2022-23 State of the Schools Address. I'd like to start by thanking and recognizing several dignitaries that are here with us this evening. Tom Adams, our retired mayor of Monrovia, thank you so much for being here this evening. Tina Cherry, our director of community services, is here. Hi, Tina. Tracy Cooper Harris, the military and veteran liaison from Grace Napolitano's office. Thank you. Lupe Davis, Monrovia Personnel Commission. Thank you for being here, Lupe. And Tito Moraga from the Monrovia Personnel Commission is also here this evening. Thank you. Dylan Feek, thank you so much. Our city manager is here. Ed Gilliland, our former school board member, is here. Thank you for being here tonight, Ed. Atria McLeland, our PTA president from Plymouth, is here tonight. Randy Medina, our MTA president, is here this evening. Thank you for being here. Barbara Radford from Monrovia Reads, the Vice President of Monrovia Reads, is here this evening. Thank you so much, Barbara, for being here. As I mentioned earlier, Chief San Victoris is here. Thank you so much for being here, Chief. Dr. Greg Scholes, Citrus Community College President, is here. Good evening and thank you, Doctor. Tiffany Tran, the Assistant Field Deputy for Supervisor Catherine Barger's office, is here tonight. Thank you, Tiffany. Stephanie McLean, I hope I pronounced that correctly, our Communications Director from Chris Holden's, Assemblymember Chris Holden's office, is here tonight. Janet Wall, our City Treasurer, and from Monrovia Reads, is here tonight. Thank you, Janet. And Terrence Williams, our Madtown Council member, is here this evening, front and center. Thank you, Terrence. My husband once said to me that teaching is the second most important job in the world. Teaching our youth ensures a viable, prosperous, peaceful, broad, and open-minded society. An uneducated society will rapidly cease to exist. By teaching, we don't just mean the teacher who dedicates their time and talents in front of our students every day in the classroom, but also the bus driver who gets our students to and from school safely, the clerical worker who gathers important data, necessary information, or connects with parents daily, the food service worker who feeds kids 2 or 3 meals every weekday, even through fires and pandemics, the facilities workers and groundskeepers who keep our sites operational and clean, the coaches who encourage sportsmanship from the courtside, poolside, sideline, or net, our nurses who monitor our health, our librarians who give access to literature, or the special education aides who assist our students with special needs. All of these people are teaching our students. All of these people are helping to make our future brighter, and all of these people deserve our thanks. What might you be asking? What did my husband think was the most important job in the world? Being a parent. Parents are our students' first teacher, and they lay the foundation upon which everything else is laid. Tonight, we will discuss the world-class education our Monrovia Unified team provides, our future goals, and our efforts to provide the best educational choice for our scholars. Tonight, you will hear from each member of our Board of Education as we discuss the successes and challenges the district had during the 21-22 school year. We will discuss our mission and vision, our finances, MUSD infrastructure assessment, pre-K through adult education offerings, and other essential school programs. Now, I want you to help me celebrate someone who embodies everything that our district stands for. Selected as the Monrovia Unified School District Teacher of the Year, I welcome Maria Lomelin from Wild Rose School of Creative Arts.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Maria Lomelin, and it is an absolute pleasure to stand before you tonight. It's hard to believe that 29 years have gone by since my first year of teaching. I started teaching kindergarten at Wild Rose School in 1993, and although I do not teach kindergarten anymore, I am fortunate enough to still teach at Wild Rose School of Creative Arts, where we capture kids' hearts and inspire them to achieve their full potential. Not only am I lucky enough to teach at Wild Rose, but I am lucky to teach here at Monrovia Unified School District. Monrovia is a beautiful city. We are nestled in these gorgeous foothills, and there is a great sense of pride in this small but mighty town. Now that I teach third grade, I get to share with my students the rich history that is embedded in our city's culture. Students learn that Mr. Monroe, who was one of our founders, had a daughter named Myrtle, and that's why we have Myrtle Avenue. They learn that Andrew Carnegie donated money to our city so that we could have our very first library. In third grade, students learn all about Monrovia, the way it was back then, and what it's like today, including some of the factors that have shaped us over the year. Monrovia, aside from being beautiful and rich in history, has amazing energy. One might call it a strong pulse. It is especially strong within our schools. These buildings that make up Monrovia Unified School District have had thousands of students pass through them. But without the amazing teachers and staff that create the warmth in these buildings, they would be just that. Interesting structures, but with no pulse. It's the teachers, the staff, and students that create the strong pulse that I am talking about. We proved that during the pandemic. Most of the buildings were empty. However, our connection to students and our desire to keep students motivated to learn never wavered from TK through 12th grade. We worked in the most creative ways to stay strong and steadfast in our goal to reach students. It wasn't easy, and like everything else, it's now a part of our Monrovian history. Thankfully today, there is no shortage of heart in these great buildings as we continue to aspire to help mold well-rounded, knowledgeable, and prepared individuals to lead our world. Of course, in order to create leaders for the world, teachers have to be leaders themselves. Teaching takes commitment to the profession, the kind of commitment that extends itself well beyond our contract day. One could literally get the greatest idea for a boost in a lesson while vacuuming, cooking, gardening, or even in the shower. Believe me, it's happened. But one of the most invaluable aspects of teaching is collaborating with fellow teachers. It is through our collaboration that we learn to lead, teach, organize, persevere, share, and try again. We cheer on each other's successes and empathize with each other when we have those really difficult years. I can confidently say that working and collaborating alongside so many qualified teachers with quality and the same desire to learn, and staff across all of our campuses has helped shape my teaching, my life, and the person I am today. Over the years, I have developed a deep admiration for so many teachers that I've had the privilege to work with at my school and throughout our entire district. They do not even know how great their impact has been on me. Today, I am still learning from them, and I thank all of the teachers who work in Monrovia for sharing their expertise with events like the Common Day of Learning, grade level PLCs, district trainings, and of course, through all of the email exchanges. With that said, it is with so much gratitude that I honor my parents who are here tonight. Thank you, Mom and Dad. And my mentors, Mrs. Barbara Hodson and Mrs. Kathy Okerman, former Wild Rose teachers who took me, someone who didn't even know she wanted to be a teacher, under their wings. I was their 18-year-old instructional bilingual aide. Kathy and Barbara brought teaching to life for me. Working in their classroom was a magical experience, and it changed the direction of my life's path. It was their influence on me as amazing teachers that brings me to this very moment before you. It is a privilege to have been named Teacher of the Year. It is a beautiful honor that I do not take for granted. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lomelin. You really are an essential part of this district and the perfect example of the excellent education that Monrovia Unified provides. Thank you. As we go through our second year of being back in the classroom, we must recognize how things have changed over the last couple of years. We have many new people in leadership positions at our schools. Change can be scary, but when done correctly, change can honor the past while building a brighter future on top of traditions set by those before us. The Board of Education felt it was important to revisit some of its foundational principles. Specifically, we took the time to review our mission and vision statements to see if they fully aligned with the future that we envision. Our mission statement is meant to describe why we exist and clearly state what our purpose is. I'm excited to share with you now our new mission. The Monrovia Unified School District exists to provide all students with an exceptional education, ensuring that all graduate fully prepared for college, career, and life. I want to point out that this mission includes the word all. The board firmly believes that all means all. We also felt it was critical to include preparation for life in addition to both college and career. Our vision statement is meant to describe what we want for the future and where we are headed. Our vision is to be an exemplary school district by empowering all students to reach their highest potential through innovative, engaging, and personalized learning experiences. When we say that we want to be an exemplary school district, we mean that we want to stand out as the model for what it means to provide an exceptional education. In addition to our new mission and vision, we also identified 4 critical focus areas. These focus areas will help us ensure that our work is comprehensive, coordinated, and coherent. Our focus areas are college, career, and life-prepared graduates, exemplary educators, supportive, inclusive, and student-centered school cultures, and engaged parents, families, and communities. Finally, the Board of Education also identified our core values. Core values are meant to describe how we go about the important work of educating our students and what we expect of ourselves and of each other. Our core values are being student-centered, equity, transparency, excellence, accountability, and coherence, trust, and collaboration. Our new mission, vision, focus areas, and core values serve as the heart of the strategic plan that we are currently developing. Nearly 30 people who represent our schools and community are meeting monthly to develop a plan that will serve as a roadmap for our district for the next 5 years, taking us to new heights. It's now my pleasure to introduce our board vice president, Tracy Golar, who will discuss our district budget outlook for 2022 and beyond.
Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we have another dignitary in our audience this evening, and that would be Citrus College Community Board President Marion Lutz. Thank you, President Lockerbie, and thank you all for joining us this evening. My name is Tracy Golar, and I am honored to serve as the Vice President of the Monrovia School Board of Education. In order to continue providing excellent classroom experiences and excellent learning opportunities for all of our students, maintaining a fiscally responsible budget is of the greatest importance. Tonight, I will share some of the highlights of the work that we've done to ensure Monrovia Unified maintains a healthy budget for the 2022-23 school year and beyond. To understand our fiscal story, it is important for our community members to understand how our district receives funding from the state to operate. So, where do we get all of our money? In 21-22, 85% of our revenue came directly from the state, while 7% of our funding came from the federal sources. The remaining 8% comes from donations, facilities rentals, those types of things. California school districts receive much of their state funding based on average daily attendance, also known as ADA. ADA is calculated based on the total number of days a student attends school, divided by the total number of days of instruction in a school year. This is why students attending school every day is critical not only for their individual success, but also for the financial success of a school district, because the funding amounts are directly tied to student attendance. When students are absent from school, there is instructional loss, learning loss, and loss of revenue. The district's students' demographic breakdown is also another aspect that is used to determine funding from the state. This means the funding is focused more on identifying needs. The higher the needs in a specific demographic subgroups, the higher the funding revenue received to meet the needs of those students in specific subgroups. The student subgroups identified as vulnerable populations are known as homeless youth, foster youth, and students who qualify for free and reduced lunch. These are known as unduplicated student populations. It is the number of unduplicated students in these subgroups that form the basis of a district's funding. Our district is made up of nearly 55% of unduplicated students. For this school year, Governor Gavin Newsom tackled another aspect of school funding. This is tied to the issue of declining enrollment. The state of California has lost more than 160,000 students this past year. The high cost of living and low birth rates are two of the driving forces behind declining enrollment. MUSD is no exception, and we continue to decline at a rate of approximately 100 students each year. Our focus is remaining right-sized, which means retaining the right amount of staff to serve the needs of our students. During the 22-23 school year, district's fundings will be based on a 3-year rolling average of student attendance in order to even out the decline in the number of students enrolled in a district. This will allow for a less dramatic loss of funding for districts who are experiencing declining enrollment. For example, under the previous funding model, the district would have been funded based on 4,884 students enrolled, but instead, the district is going to be funded based on 5,088 student enrollment. This will result in an additional $3 million in funding revenue. In addition to this provision, Governor Newsom has made significant investments to expand early learning and after-school programs. This has resulted in additional funding for our district. So how do we spend our money? In 21-22, 82% of our expenses went directly to pay salaries and benefits for classified and certificated staff. This includes teachers, counselors, librarians, instructional aides, bus drivers, and the front office staff who serve our students. We are required to maintain a 3% reserve. Through the strategic use of one-time funds and careful spending, we have been fortunate to have a very healthy reserve of about 8.5%. The state also provided our district with one-time dollars to support learning recovery and the purchase of instructional materials. Some of the ways that we've used the one-time funds have included adding support such as paper learning. Paper learning provides 24/7 tutoring support for students in grades 3 through 12. Paper learning allows students to connect with a tutor in under a minute. Students can ask any academic question at any time across all subjects and in multiple languages, including Spanish and Mandarin. Our students can even upload essays and get feedback in less than 24 hours. The program was launched in January 22 and has had more than 10,000 uses from our students during this time. We are continually looking for ways to improve the numbers and to ensure every student has the academic tools, resources, and supports that they need in order to have school success. Another way that Monrovia Unified has used one-time funds is to improve our network infrastructure at each school site. The pandemic has made it abundantly clear that we need high-quality internet access at all of our schools. Monrovia Unified has also spent funds on COVID testing, the purchasing of personal protective equipment, and adding hours to increase cleaning schedules at our schools. The Delta and Omicron variants put a large strain on everyone during this previous school year, and Monrovia Unified worked tirelessly to provide a healthy and safe learning environment for all of our students, teachers, and staff. It has been a challenging time trying to balance everything needed at our sites, but Monrovia Unified School District has persevered through it all to give our students the best year possible. Now, before Jennifer Anderson comes up to highlight all of the excellent programs and pathways we have here in our district, we would like to showcase one of the programs by letting our middle school band show what they have been working on for this event. So please give a warm applause for our middle school band.
As they file out, can we give our band students one more round of applause, please? Great job, you guys. You sounded amazing. Good job, Mr. Weed. What a fantastic performance from our middle school students. Good evening, and hello, Monrovia Unified Community. It's an honor to be here with you tonight. My name is Jennifer Anderson, and I'm proud to serve as the clerk on the Board of Education. From elementary through high school, Monrovia Unified provides a number of award-winning options for our students and families. In the latest U.S. News and World Report rankings, 4 of our schools were recognized for 2022. At the elementary level, Brad Oaks, Mayflower, and Plymouth made the list of best schools, rated in the top. They were rated in the top 25% of top-performing elementary schools in California. Monrovia High School ranked in the top 15% of the best high schools in the state and was recognized as one of the best high schools in the country. Additionally, 5 of our schools were awarded for their efforts in implementing effective PBIS systems from the California Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports Coalition. PBIS is a set of tools and ideas that schools use to improve the behavior of students and create a positive learning environment. Brad Oaks, Mayflower, and Plymouth Elementary Schools received the silver medal recognition, while Monroe Elementary and Santa Fe Computer Science Magnet School received the bronze medal recognition. Bronze medals are awarded to schools that can prove a comprehensive system of behavioral support is in place, while silver recognitions are for schools that meet all of the characteristics that bronze levels do and implement the supports with a higher level of precision. Our dual language immersion program has seen continual growth, and an increased number of families have displayed interest in their children becoming bilingual. This school year, our Mandarin immersion program expanded to 7th grade at Santa Fe Computer Science Magnet School. We also had the largest enrollment to date for TK Kinder Mandarin at Plymouth Elementary, leading to the program's first ever waiting list. Our TK Kinder Spanish immersion classes at Wild Rose School of Creative Arts and Monroe Elementary have also expanded to accommodate the growing number of students. Furthermore, we are proud to share that our first cohort of Spanish dual immersion students, those who were part of the pilot classroom when it first began in 2010, are now seniors in high school and will receive or graduate with a seal of biliteracy. It's been amazing to watch our students' language acquisition and cultural awareness develop as they move from elementary to middle to high school. We continue to grow our science, technology, engineering, arts, and math-focused programs, better known as STEAM. This year, we have expanded our partnership with Food Ed to all of our elementary schools. With active outdoor gardens for hands-on learning at each of our elementary sites, our students have new STEAM opportunities as well as classes providing them with real-world tactile experiences. We're also in the final stage of preparing to launch our Femineers program in partnership with Cal Poly Pomona and San Diego State University. Santa Fe Computer Science Magnet School, along with each of our elementary schools, will utilize the creative robotics curriculum to design and create projects during this after-school program that combines the arts with engineering. Not only will this program introduce STEAM-focused critical thinking and problem-solving skills to our students, but it will also get more female students involved in STEAM at an earlier stage in their academic careers. At the high school level, we had 7 Monrovia High School students earn the National Hispanic Recognition Award from the College Board. They earned this distinction through academic achievement in the classroom and outstanding performance on several different college prep exams. Our newest pathway offering, Project Lead the Way Engineering, is up and running at MHS. Project Lead the Way encourages students to adopt a problem-solving mindset, engaging them in compelling, real-world challenges that help them think more critically and collaboratively. We've expanded the Spider Lab and moved operations to a larger space to accommodate the growth of this entrepreneurial program. This lab allows students to bring digital designs to life with a number of specialized machines, as well as provide them with meaningful, real-life experiences in business, collaboration, and project management. As a pre-K to adult education district, we continue to build our early learning and adult offerings for our community. The Canyon Early Learning Center has continued to provide innovative and highly engaging learning activities for our state preschool program. Highlights of this program include implementation of formative assessments using the Cognitive Toy Box online assessment tool, family engagement events such as Fall Festival movie nights, monthly student recognitions with Cubtastic assemblies, and parent education classes in partnership with the Monrovia Reads Foundation. We are so grateful for our partnerships with organizations like Monrovia Reads. They regularly attend, They regularly attend our school events where they give out as many books as possible to ensure our students always have more to read. They've also provided for our graduating seniors by giving out more than $50,000 in scholarships over the last 6 years. Monrovia Unified has also seen successes with our alternative education options at Canyon Oaks High School and Mountain Park School for Independent Study. In 2021-2022, Mountain Park and Canyon Oaks each had a 100% graduation rate. "31 graduating seniors at Mountain Park and 25 graduating seniors at Canyon Oaks." These seniors included graduates headed to four-year universities, community colleges, trade schools, as well as the military. This school year, Canyon Oaks and Mountain Park students will have the opportunity to participate in career exploration through the use of Paxton Patterson interactive labs. Students will have the chance to explore careers in medical, structural engineering, electrical, drone piloting, and other career fields. At our community adult school, student enrollment has been growing and is rapidly approaching pre-pandemic levels. Duplicated enrollment is over 1,300 students, and we expect to surpass the 2018-2019 enrollment of nearly 2,400 students by the end of this school year. Our English as a second language enrollment also continues to climb, with targeted marketing efforts bringing new and returning students to in-person classes. Diploma classes have substantial enrollment numbers, and the first 2 MCAS high school graduates are already in the books for the 2022-2023 school year. For anyone looking to learn new job skills, our adult school has several programs to help people rejoin the workforce. MCAS already has its first cohorts of the medical CTE programs, which include Certified Nurse Assistant, Pharmacy Technician, and Clinical Medical Assisting. We also have other programs underway, such as Basic Computers, Construction, and Armed Security Officer. Each of these options provides our community the chance to choose their field and obtain specialized training in areas with current employment opportunities. These are just a few examples of the high-quality programs we have to offer at MUSD. We will continue to strengthen these current opportunities for our students while looking for new ways to improve our schools. Now, to talk more about our classroom, facility, and infrastructure needs, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Board Member Rob Hammond. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Jen. Hello, Monrovia Unified community. My name is Rob Hammond. It's a pleasure to serve on the Monrovia Unified Board of Education and be with you here tonight. Before I start my part, there's an integral part of it, and they were a component that happened years ago, and I'd like to give them the recognition that they deserve. 6 years ago, as we started looking at what our facilities needed, there was a different board intact at that time. And the people who served then have laid the foundation that we are working with today. A couple of the gentlemen were here. Mr. Ed Gilliland was working on that board. Terrence Williams was working on that board. Brian Wong and Chris Rich. Tonight, I'll be speaking about the district's infrastructure and bond measure MM. On August 10th, 2022, the Board of Education unanimously approved a resolution that places a school facilities improvement measure, Measure MM, on the November 8th ballot. If passed, Monrovia Unified School District would be authorized to issue $75 million in general obligation bonds over the course of several years. The bonds would be repaid at a projected rate of 3 cents per $100 or $30 per 100,000 of assessed evaluation, not the property's market value. The median homeowner in our community and the areas that we serve would pay approximately $130 to $135 per year for as long as the bonds are outstanding. To better understand our facility needs, the Board of Education hired an architecture firm in 2019 to analyze the condition of our schools and facilities, some of which are nearly 100 years old. The report identified several priority projects based on their immediate need to be fixed. These projects included improving infrastructure such as roofs and HVAC systems, interiors and exteriors of buildings and classrooms, and other areas such as field spaces, parking lots, and walkways. These projects were labeled as priorities 1 through 4. Projects in priority 1 presented life and safety issues, and we are pleased to report to you that we have no such projects as the school board addresses those immediately. Projects in priority 2 were identified as systems that have failed and like a leaking roof. Projects in priority 3 were infrastructure in poor condition and had the potential to fail, and projects in priority 4 were in fair condition but could significantly impact building conditions down the road. The district has reserved funds to take care of all priority 1 projects that present a health and safety hazard at all of our sites. However, taking care of the rest of the projects listed in this report would take tens of millions of dollars to complete. Beyond these priority projects, the district wants to tackle several other issues that revolve around student safety. To improve safety, we'd look to install fencing, gates, barriers, and signage to enhance controlled access point at all of our sites. Other safety updates would include upgrading or installing communication systems, including intercom, emergency communications, intruder protection, and master clock systems. Additionally, we must ensure that our students continue to have access to classrooms and facilities that provide a deep learning experience and will prepare them for college and careers. We'd look to construct, furnish, and equip modern, flexible classrooms and labs needed to support high-quality instruction in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. The district is striving to provide modern labs, career technical facilities, and equipment so students are prepared for college and careers in fields like health sciences, engineering, technology, and skilled trades. We also want to ensure our facilities are fully accessible to everyone as we improve upon them. The district could use several accountability measures in connection with any Measure M funds. If the measure is passed, the Board of Education would have to establish an independent citizens oversight committee, which would ensure bond proceeds are expended only for the school facility projects listed in the bond project list. The committee would be established within 60 days of the election. There would be annual independent performance and financial audits to ensure the bond money has been used only on the school facilities projects described in the bond project list, and all the money from Measure MM is used to improve our schools and tools we use for learning in the classroom. As a side note, by law, not 1 cent of Measure MM money can be used for salaries at all. If you want more information about Measure MM, please go to our district website and click the Measure MM info button about halfway down the page. There you can find a number of resources explaining the measure and answer some of the frequently asked questions. Now I'd like to introduce my colleague and board member, Maritza Travanti, who will be going over the additional support systems we added for our students and our extracurricular programs.
Thank you, Mr. Hammond, and good evening, Monrovia Unified community. My name is Maritza Travanti, and I'm very proud to serve on the Monrovia Unified Board of Education. We truly appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight to learn more about what makes Monrovia Unified School District the perfect choice for your child's education. During my time on the Board of Education, the board has always stressed the importance of adding additional support systems for our students at every grade level. This year, we were able to ensure that each of our elementary school campuses has a full-time counselor. This is a huge move to help make sure our younger students have additional social, emotional assistance throughout the school year. The board has also approved the addition of 2 highly qualified social workers who will serve as resources for our students and families. Our new social workers will work collaboratively with and complement the work of our counselors at all of our sites. Yes, thank you. To better support our after-school programs and meet the needs of our students and families, we reached an agreement with a company called Alivo to expand our village programs, made possible by an ELOP grant. Alivo has provided high-quality coaches to support expanded learning programs for the past 17 years. With this move, we were able to get every family on the wait list enrolled in our after-school program. The board understands this important service is for families, and we've maintained the necessary staff to student ratio of 1 adult to 20 students. Monrovia Unified continues to support our students' learning and well-being through a variety of initiatives. This includes our partnership with Vision to Learn, which brought free eye care services to our families over the summer. Vision to Learn provided free eye screenings to all interested MUSD students and followed up with eye exams for those who failed the screenings. The service also provided free glasses to all those who were in need. In total, more than 1,000 students were examined, and Vision to Learn gave out more than 200 pairs of glasses free of charge. These students now benefit from being able to see the board, the computer screen, and read more clearly when doing homework at home and at school. We are thankful to Vision to Learn for ensuring our students have the resources they need to thrive. Monrovia Unified School District is proud to have a thriving arts program that enhances our students' creativity. At every grade level within our district, we have young artists who are perfecting their skills thanks to the programs and opportunities we have in place. Monrovia Unified proudly offers general music to all 1,500 of our TK to third grade students district-wide during the school day. And in fact, we have plans this year to purchase recorders for all third graders to be used during general music as a first step toward expanding what we offer our students. So watch out at home when those recorders come home. MUSD also offers elementary band and strings after school to all 4th and 5th graders. We approved the purchase of additional instruments this last fall when we had an increased enrollment in our after-school program. We also offer choir to our 2nd to 5th grade students, and last year we had approximately 200 students involved in our elementary after-school music program. Our students have also had the opportunity to showcase their artistic talents at both the local and national level. Clifton participated in the Music in the Parks national competition at Knott's Berry Farm in May, and Clifton's orchestra was rated superior and took first place overall. Yes, and we heard them tonight. The band also received the Esprit de Corps Award, which acknowledged the team for its professionalism and school spirit. Additionally, students at all levels can perform for the community during winter concerts in December, spring concerts in April and May, as well as the Superstars of Monrovia Showcase and Monrovia Days in mid-May. Monrovia Unified is a proud recipient of a 3-year grant from Promising Learners Project offered through LACO to support foster and homeless youth in TK through 3rd grade, utilizing the arts. MUSD is one of 4 districts in Los Angeles County to be invited to participate. Yes. LACO selected Plymouth Elementary and Wild Rose School of Creative Arts based on their number of foster and homeless youth. Congratulations to both schools. Our 2nd annual Gate Extravaganza is planned for spring 2023, and I'm delighted to announce that tonight we have a new community partner with Microsoft who will help us with this event. Thank you to Dr. Francois for reaching out to Microsoft and connecting us with them. We are excited about the opportunities this partnership will bring for our students. Monrovia Unified also partners with community organizations such as Monrovia Doherty Black Alumni Association and the Monrovia Latino Heritage Society to produce art shows highlighting student artwork by recognizing and celebrating special emphasis months such as Black History Month and Hispanic Heritage Month. On to our athletics program. Our athletics teams have been excelling in various sports that we have available at Monrovia High School and our middle schools. Clifton and Santa Fe students get to compete against each other in sports such as soccer, football, cross country, volleyball, softball, and baseball. Last fall, the varsity football team had an undefeated regular season and were Rio Hondo League champs for the 12th time in the last 14 years. Monrovia Baseball was Rio Hondo League champs, also finishing the season with an overall record of 17-6-2. Yes, baseball. For our track team, Madeline Conte was CIF Southern Section Division III champion in the 100-meter and 300-meter hurdles and master champion in the 300-meter hurdles. Our boys by 400-meter relay team also did well this year. Devin Patton, Carlos Hernandez, Andros Sales, and Nasir Samuels were 2nd at division and 3rd at Masters, and also competed in the CIF state meet. Additionally, MHS junior Rachel LeMay finished 3rd in the Rio Hondo League Girls Golf Finals, advanced to the Northern Regional Sectional Playoffs, then qualified for the CIF Southern Section Individual Championships, where she tied for 11th place. Jacob Gonzalez was Rio Hondo League champ in varsity wrestling. Congratulations. And of course, our varsity boys volleyball team made quite a splash in the spring after finishing third in the Rio Hondo League. They qualified for the CIF SS Division VI playoff and then went on an unprecedented 8-game playoff winning streak. That was quite the tournament. In the process, they won the sectional Division VI championship and the state SoCal Regional Division IV championship. This is the first athletic program in school history to win a state-level championship. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the two extraordinary students serving as our Board of Education student representatives this year, Emma Nahapetayan from Monrovia High School and Sarah Tripp from Mountain Park Independent Study School. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Travanti, and good evening, everyone. My name is Emma Nahapetayan, the ASB President and proud Student Board Representative for the Monrovia Board of Education. I'm here tonight to share about the one and only Monrovia High School. This year was kick-started with our annual Club Rush Week to get students more involved in the clubs on our campus. There are many opportunities for students to get involved, learn new skills, connect with their peers. These programs involved ASB and Renaissance Leadership, Math and Science, and Humanities Academy programs. Our AVID program is thriving and is providing students with the tools they need to be college and career ready. Our Link Crew program has been very successful in working to help incoming freshmen adjust to high school. In this program, freshman students are guided by upperclassmen who are given the chance to develop their skills as mentors. A new endeavor that started at the high school this year is the introduction of the Minga app to our campus community. All students and staff have access to this app, which is used in a variety of ways to strengthen the community through communication and accountability. Students and staff now have a digital ID that's used for sporting events and off-campus accessibility. Digital hall passes create an electronic record of who's out of class and if they're headed to the hall, the restroom, or the water fountain. Most importantly, it's a form of communication that's being used for school announcements, club and organization communication, measuring student engagement, and being a source of student voice. MHS is grateful to the Board of Education and Superintendent Smith for assisting in the adoption of this important tool to help us continue building a positive culture here at Monrovia High School. This year, we have also been hard at work improving our school spirit and helping students feel connected to our campus. The house system is now in its second year. We've recently started this year's competition, and all houses are off to a great start. Our tagline for this effort is 4 houses, 1 home, reminding everyone we're still united as Monrovia High School Wildcats. Tonight's event happens to fall in the middle of our homecoming week. Our homecoming football game and rally is this Friday against San Marino. There will be fireworks at halftime as we celebrate our theme of a whole new world. We hope to see you there. As the year continues, we look forward to continuing our journey and creating a school every single student can call their home. I would now like to introduce Sarah Tripp, Student Board Member representing Canyon Oaks and Mountain Park. Thank you and have a good night.
Good evening, Monrovia community. My name is Sarah Tripp, and I am the Student Board Representative for Canyon Oaks High School and Mountain Park School. Both Mountain Park and Canyon Oaks started the new school year with Success Week. School staff welcomed students and parents to the Mountain Lion Pride, introduced us to our school staff, and our director, Mr. Flint Fertig, gave a short message about expectations for the new school year. This year, Mountain Park students have had the opportunity to attend weekly learning labs focused on supporting student success in their English, history, math, and science classes. During the learning lab meetings, students have been introduced to support resources such as paper online, tutoring and writing support, as well as receiving additional subject-specific resources to support student learning. In the coming weeks, there will also be learning labs geared towards supporting seniors as they fill out UC, CSU, and private school applications. Seniors will also receive support in completing the FAFSA application. Also, Canyon Oaks students will have the opportunity to participate in career exploration labs. These labs will help introduce them to career pathway opportunities they can participate in through adult education. Exciting changes will be taking place this year in the retrofitting of campus classrooms with new technology. The classroom technology upgrade will help to increase student engagement as well as teacher effectiveness in both virtual and present learning environments. Both Canyon Oaks and Mountain Park will host a 3-day WASC accreditation visit in March. Students and staffs are excited to highlight the student successes in our school and the educational opportunities available to all of our students. I would now like to welcome Board President Salim Lockerbie back to the stage for some closing remarks. Thank you.
Great job, ladies. Thank you, Emma and Sarah. You are two outstanding examples of the scholars that we have here in Monrovia Unified. We look forward to the year ahead as the board works with you both to ensure the continued success of our students. We are so thankful that you joined us here tonight for the 22-23 State of the Schools Address. Tonight we went over several topics, showing you the successes and the challenges the district has gone through to provide a top-tier education. I would like to take a moment I see a bunch of Boy Scouts here, and so I want to take a moment to acknowledge their presence here. Thank you, Scouts. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your service. I also wanted to take a moment to thank Angelo Collado and Ashley Kirkland, who are working our sound and our lights this evening and have had probably a very difficult week doing this amazing presentation. We thank you so much for everything that you do for us here tonight. And I would also like to thank KGEM for helping us to live stream this event so that those who weren't able to be here tonight can still watch and still be able to see this. Finally, I want to express my desire to hear from you. Please take advantage of the time set aside for you for public comments during every board meeting. The board represents the community, and we need to hear from you to inform our governance. Before we go, I'd like to introduce our Theater Conservatory students who have a wonderful presentation, production lined up for us all to close out tonight's event. They will be performing Show People from the Broadway musical Curtains.
Hello everyone, I am Savannah and we are the Theater Arts Conservatory and we're so excited to present to you Show People to give you everybody a little snippet of who we are. We're a special kind of people known as show people. We live in a world of our own. The audience paid plenty to sit there and clap, hearing us sing, watching us act.
Did you know your dentist wishes he's in show business? You're star, and though the analysts may never couch it that way, analysts couch, you don't know how lucky we are.
Some policemen and detectives dream of show business. They can't get arrested, but still they sit around the station and fancy this life. They cheer Sherlock Holmes and cheer Mac the Knife.
Ask your cleaning lady, don't you dream of show business? The vocalizer stretch beside a bar. A 5-minute straw, yeah, she shampoos your hair.
Lets you know how lucky we are. There's a special kind of aura around us. Show person, just as the next waiter you meet. He won't
turn to show business. They could scalp a higher ticket for your car. And my tree surgeon now started taking about get it P-O-U-G.
Don't you know how lucky we are? We're a special kind of people known